I could hold it together. I mean, where do I even begin? I made a joke again. Made a joke. Everyone's got a huge problem with it again. Was it a risky joke? Yes, it was. Made a joke. So, yeah, Michael Chandler's got huge problems with it, so I guess we can discuss that. And I'm also going to discuss... Ariel Helwani mentioned me on his show. I said I would do a 45-minute breakdown for him. I'll include it at the end of the video because Ariel's got problems. He was also in my live chat as well, which is a first. Kind of disappointing from Ariel to be. I expected better from him, to be honest with you guys. But we'll start with the Michael Chandler stuff because everyone's got massive problems with me making a joke. So now it has 1.1 million views. When will MMA fighters learn? Thank you, Michael Chandler, for the exposure, showing that I'm not really a bad person and I'm actually all right. And it was just a joke. And most people in the replies can very well tell it's a joke. But, I mean, way to make sure your kids don't see it, Michael Chandler. Give it 1.1 million views on Twitter, dude. What a genius. And thank you for the video today as well. When will these MMA fighters learn? Listen, I made a joke, and I'm going to play you the joke right now. I did an impression video. It's done quite well on the channel. I did like 80 impressions, all of the lineup in the background here, and then some more that I had listed down. And one of the impressions I'm known to do on stream is an impression of Michael Chandler and his kids going back and forth. Now, if you don't know, Michael Chandler's has adopted children, okay? And I did an impression of these adopted children whilst mocking Michael Chandler for getting on his children's nerves with his motivational speeches. So it was really a roast of Chandler. Listen, this isn't even the worst part about this. I'm going to play it once I get past the minute mark in hopes of monetization. I'm going to play the video. But the worst part about this is, at least get me on the real bad jokes I've made. This was tame. This was video-friendly jokes, okay? There's compilations out there, okay? And I've given my opinion on Chandler's adoption. Yeah, it gives me Get Out vibes, you know? That's my own... I think they could write... I'm just being honest with you guys. It's creepy. That's all. But I'll let it play. I made a joke, and everyone's got a massive problem with it. So let's play. Chandler's kids and Chandler. You know, sometimes kids, it's... You just got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and, you know, it's really the learning that we do as we fail. Hey, man, shut your mouth, man. We ain't trying to listen to that shit right now, you damn pussy bitch, man. That's Chandler's kids and Chandler at home. Come on, kids. I mean, sometimes it's the journey that makes us who we are, right? Shut your bitch ass up, man. We ain't trying to listen to you right now, man. You damn crack. It's funny. I thought it was funny. I was making jokes. Just, you know, Chandler and his kids when they're grown up. And I even said at the end, give it 10 years, that'll be accurate. Give it 10 years, that'll be accurate. So when they're coming into adulthood, you know what I mean? And, you know, got some moxie, you know, ready to challenge Chandler on his inspirational speeches for once. I just did a regular impression. There's nothing to it, guys. I don't know why I'm so... Listen, Chandler says this about it, just shedding some light on this individual we unfortunately have to call one of our fellow members of the human race. Let's not bring race into it, Chandler. I'm joking, innit? Whoa, Chandler. Come on now, buddy. Let's not get racial here, pal. Because we can. I'm joking now. Just shedding some light on this individual that we unfortunately have to call one of our fellow members of the human race. Listen, yeah. Is that bad? Please. I've said way worse. And I've said way worse about... I've made way worse jokes about Chandler. It's just there to joke about. It's funny. It's like a... I'm not going at his kids. I'm just going at Chandler and his situation that he's found himself in. Just by not saying no enough to his wife. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens, guys. I mean, it's almost like he spent 2 years stalking her until he got her email address and she ignored him for 2 fucking years and then agreed to go on a date with him 1 hour before his training session so she could get rid of him at the end of it because she never liked him. That's true. Stalked her over email for 2 straight years. All good. But I'm not allowed to make jokes, so yeah, they have a meltdown about it. I'm not going to get into who also had a bit of a say on this situation that I may have made a joke about recently, but she's making herself a fucking professional victim out of it as well. And I just don't understand why you can't just ignore it. It's a joke. 15k people saw it at the end of my video. Viewer retention rates plummet. It didn't have views. You gave it views. You're not doing this from a more... I don't know why unfortunately, we have to call him one of our fellow members of the human race. So every comedian ever, I get it, yeah. It's about him and his situation. And he probably doesn't like me anyway, because I have made a lot of things about Chandler in the past. Because I do think there's some creepiness in there if you look into certain things about Chandler. Very, very creepy stuff. And a lot of people didn't agree with me that it was creepy. But I found some things I found very creepy about him. And I just made a joke, you guys. Little impression of Chandler and his kids. Bootstraps and, it's really the learning that we do as we fail. Hey, man, shut your mouth, man. We ain't trying to listen to that shit right now, you damn pussy bitch, man. I think this is accurate. Like, this is just a funny joke. Like, I'm not bullying his kids online. What am I doing here that's so... I get I'm making jokes, and I'm not telling you that you can't think I'm a bad person for doing this. I am. And maybe I should have started with that. I'm not a great person. I'm really not. But I give it my take here. It was a joke. I make jokes. It's an impression video. You're going to call out every comedian you know and go on the podcasts of every other week that you're waiting for the non-existent, while you're waiting for the non-existent McGregor fight. I'm sure they've made way worse jokes. Ignore it the fuck. You're just getting it more attention, which is true. But I get it. None of the jokes were like personally tailored towards him. But it was a comedy video. Like, I'm doing impressions about every fighter, ridiculing them for like an hour and 10 minutes. And it's funny. And everyone's funny. It's just funny video. And then Michael Chandler, of course, has got a picture with John Jones. Beat his wife into a pulp in front of their children. No problem with him. But it's tough that I have to be considered a part of the human race. Surprised you didn't try adopt him. To be honest with you, after this picture. You know what I mean? Really, really surprised. I'm just making jokes. I'm allowed to make jokes. I know I'm not a great person. I shouldn't be talking like this. Chandler has a right to be upset. He does. But, like, call me a jerk. You know what I mean? You damn jerk. God damn it, this guy running his mouth. What a jerk. Do that. Like, don't say, like, I can't believe we have to consider him a fellow member of the human race. Whoa, bringing race into it again, Chandler. Yo, come on now. I never went there, pal. You know what I mean? Who's to say what the kids were an impression of? Did you? I didn't say. You know what I mean? I just did an impression. And everyone took what they took from it. It's almost like it was on point. You know what I mean? It's all good, though. But, like, the guy's been friends with John Jones. So I said, oh, should I have done this to a wife? And everyone's getting on to me for posting a Jones picture all the time. Because it's basically the best argument you've ever fucking seen. So that's a problem for Twitter. Some guy in the comments of this is like, God, you can't just keep doing this. This is so reused and lame to constantly bring up the Jones thing. Oh, because it completely crumbles their moral compass every single time. So I'm not allowed to keep doing the Jones thing. You're cool with John Jones. Like, don't act like I'm reprehensible. What's it? Nina Drama called me vermin, scum, despicable. And then here she is with John Jones. And now I'm doing the same thing with Chandler. Like, you guys aren't morally good. You don't care. You have no moral consistency. Neither do I, by the way. Neither do I. But, like, stop acting like I'm, like, Hitler. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm just making jokes. These guys don't like me. And they're finding reasons to justify why they don't like me. And this is a reason. I made a joke. An impression. Clown. I'm a clown. I made a joke. Call me a jerk, man. How dare you have to call him one of our fellow members of the human race? Over that. Chandler at home. Come on, kids. I mean, sometimes it's the journey that makes us who we are, right? Shut your bitch ass up, man. We ain't trying to listen to you right now, man. You damn crack. Lucky I coughed in the middle of that. But either way. This guy called me fat in the fucking thing. And no one's standing up for me on Twitter. You know? And then some of the replies of this are actually on my team. This is the guy who posted it. Some of the replies of this are actually on my team. I was a fan of Guri for a second. Wait, where's happened to all the good replies? Okay, there you go. They shuffled around a bit. That was funny, G. I think it was a funny joke. Definitely has a favourite hot dog. Oh, so jokes are okay this way? The funny thing is, I was a fan of Guri for a second, not anymore. Still following. Ooh, that won't stop you. Still following. As you all do. You know what I mean? Oh, God, that damn Guru. I'll have to follow him and teach him a lesson. It's like these guys, I don't get it. That was funny, G. And then professional victims here, oink. It's just crazy, isn't it? I didn't do any... By the way, just going to reference this. I never told anyone to do anything like this. I just made a comment about... a cameraman. And I referenced, it's because she's fat that I made this comment. I made a fat joke. By the way, that's all I get on Twitter is fat jokes. I'm not that fat, guys. I'm in better shape than I was in the Duplessis picture now. Okay? I've been lifting and I've been trimming down. Okay? I'm not that fat, you guys. But fair enough. I'll take all the fat jokes. I won't cry about it and call them despicable members of the human race. The fucking caption of this is 300. I'm 246. It is what it is. So there's big problems. I never told anyone to do any of this, but this woman has offered herself up as a fucking sacrificial victim of the world. Just needs to be a victim because she's never had to go for any struggle but stuff in her fucking face. So that's a problem. Oh, whoops. Made a fat joke. Oh, never hear the fucking end of that one now. Try hearing it for 6 fucking years. You never survive in my world. Either way. So yeah, he's mates with John Jones, as they all are. I need to stop using this as a response. I do. Because this is too good. It's too powerful of a card to drop. You know? So I do need to stop going in on, well, you're friends with John Jones, who's literally a fucking despicable human being. Absolutely disgusting, reprehensible, disgusting filth of a human being. That's real filth. Beating up a woman so bad into a bloody mess in front of your children so they have to run away and call the police on their own dad. That's reprehensible filth. Crashing into a pregnant woman and then running away and leaving her to deal with that problem in the front of her car. Coming back for your cocaine and then sprinting off again when you're a millionaire. I would call that person despicable and vermin and shame that we have to consider him part of the human race. That's what I would say. But, Chandler would take a picture with him. I do need to stop bringing this up, though, because it's annoying people in the replies here because it's so good. It's such a good shut the fuck up, I win. That it's overpowered. I get it. It's like how do I even describe it? It's like the MSMC in Black Ops 2. Shit needed a nerf, You know when they put the AN-94 in there? Like, come on. Or the MA-A1. 4-round burst? What we doing here? It's just too powerful. So I need to stop doing that. And then I sort of ended it with this. Just free messages for everyone one more time on Twitter now. Chandler has gone after me as well. I'm a guy who makes jokes because I find dark humor funny. I don't even think that's dark humor, guy. That's very tame. I've gone worse. I don't claim to be a great person. You're allowed to dislike me. You are. They're going to keep doing it. You guys are probably going to find it funny. But I'm just so reprehensible. I'm evil. I'm evil, guys. Oh, I'm so evil. God, I'm like a dictator right now, guys. It's crazy. God, I'm so reprehensible. I'm like, I should be put in jail for life for this, guys. If we had this same energy with actually evil people, like, can you imagine the world? But I'm going to end this Chandler segment with something else. I'm going to end this Chandler segment with just a comment on the world. Now, I said you're allowed to dislike me, but at least be morally consistent. No one's morally consistent. I'm not as much, but I do try to be. You know what I mean? With the way I go at people. Like, if you're a bad person, I'm going at you. But I don't... Here's the thing. I've actually been saying this for a very long time, before I even started streaming. People don't care. Let's get real for a second and get nerdy. Call me gay. People don't care who you are or how you are. They care how you are and who you are to them. Like, there's no broad range consensus of behavior that we find wrong or good. It's just, if it's targeted at you, it's a problem. But if it's not, or not targeted at one of your friends, then there's no fucking problem with it whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, that's kind of the way that the world has been going recently. And I think this is just another one of those situations, you know? You could, like, the fat woman that I made a joke about. I made a fat joke. Everyone had a massive problem with it. The amount of fat jokes that go round that no one has a fucking problem with ever. It's because no one cares who you are or what you do. They care who you are and what you do to them. Because it's very simple. If you really didn't like bad people, you know, so much so your moral compass is so good and holy that you're willing to not want to consider someone a part of the human race for a fucking joke, then surely you'd have a problem with a guy like John Jones. But you don't, because you don't have a moral compass. You're not a morally good person who's like a moral justice warrior, basically. You're just a guy who don't like that it's been done onto you. A joke. Thank God you got it 1.1 million views in 4 hours. Well fucking done. I'll take the content. Like, honestly, done with this. I know it was a bad joke. I've said worse. I will continue to make risky jokes. I ain't fucking apologizing. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck everyone around you. I don't care. I really don't think I'm doing things that bad. Like, I ain't never done nothing crazy in my life. Never put a real foot wrong other than yapping and, like, doing insulty stuff online. There's a line. I don't cross it. I teeter on it. I joke around. I make risky jokes. That's my right. For now, in the UK. For now, we'll see how things go. But, you know. Whoops. We move on. Fucking hell. Anyway, Ariel mentioned me, so maybe I'll give him a 45-second segment at the end here. Because he desperately wants. But DJ's my guy. Demetrius Johnson in my corner from the get-go. Don't care about all these other MMA media guys trying to take me down. And they are. We'll get to that in a second. But Ariel's now come around, so let's have a listen to this. DJ on Ariel.
A lot of people have supported you. You know this. I'd like to think that we supported you here, and a lot of fans and a lot of fellow fighters. But you do have to.
And one other person about the Dana White situation. All good though, Ariel. I'm sure DJ will make you reference me.
Admit, no one supported you more than Dana White. I mean, you would say.
Well, shout out to MMA Guru. He's been amazing. I know a lot of people in the media and all that stuff. They don't really like.
That's my boy. That's my biggest fan.
This is historical stuff. Ariel did not mention me for years. I was going after him, and I still don't think he's a good person. I think he put words in DDP's mouth. I know people don't really like Jamal Hill now, but I think he put words in his mouth. I think he tries to twist people against the UFC a lot of the time. I think he does a lot of wormy things, you know. A lot of things that Ariel's done that I absolutely disagree with. And he never acknowledged me calling him out on it for years because I was right, I think. And Ariel, if I was wrong and he could easily dismantle it, would have destroyed me. But he didn't for years because he knew I was right. That was my original cooking. You know, it wasn't just Nina Drama and Chandler being done. It was originally just proper going after Ariel for some of the shit that he was twisting and putting into fighters' mouths, basically. I make jokes. Ariel was like proper worming his way around. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he mentioned me there. That's big.
Yeah, and all that stuff. They don't really like.
That's my.
You can say that again, DJ. And shout out DJ, dude. In the face of, this is like, you know, when Jon Snow, Battle of the Bastards at the start of it, you know? They're all charging towards him. He pulls out his sword against the MMA media. That's DJ on the front lines right now. Okay? Holding it down for Jerusalem. That wasn't a pun because it's on Ariel's show. You guys call yourself Jerusalem sometimes.
Boy, that's my biggest fan.
He is your biggest fan, right? But, you know, that's one thing I love.
He's going to do a 45-minute video just on this 10-second interaction, just for the record. He's going to do a 45-minute breakdown. I love him, too.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't love you, but it's all good. You can grovel a bit, you know what I mean? But it's all good. We got a reference from Ariel. Big moment. Kind of disappointed in him, to be honest with you, because it kind of shows the drop-off now. Now I can be referenced, you know what I mean? But it's all good.
Yeah, you know, he might, but, you know, let's get back to the question. Here's the thing, you know, me, Dana, I have nothing against Dana White. My career was absolutely amazing. He gave me an opportunity to fight on one of the biggest organizations in North America.
No, this sentence is Ariel's most hated sentence from a fighter's mouth.
I made my name there. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope, the company keeps doing well and I keep killing it, right? But, he did support me, but, he did shit on me a couple times. And who hasn't Dana White shit on? He shit on John. He shit on everybody. I'm sure MMA Guru can do a video, and he would take the time to look at every interview that Dana White's done, and to see how many times he shit on his champions.
I was gonna say he hasn't shit on me.
Well, you're not a champion. That's why. He has shit on you before.
Yes, of course he has shit on me.
He has. But
And then it sort of ends there. Ariel mentioned me. It's cool. We got a mention out of Ariel. I ain't collabing with you, little bro. We ain't cool now, but you still did what you did. I don't know if this is because he then joined my chat and started saying, there he is, as predicted, right on cue. You always deliver, Bubba. And he was saying like, he was in the title of my stream. I'm just doing the algorithm. You know what I mean? But it's all good. There he is, as predicted, right on cue. You always deliver, Bubba. And then he was saying other things like, always can count on you to be my biggest fan. Sarcastically ripping me for basically putting his name in my title for views because he's angry. That's how YouTube works. I'd rather just have a name of someone in my title for views than just constantly need every fighter on the fucking roster in a stream at once for any type of views. But it's all good. We ain't collabing, lil bro. That's all I got to say about the Ariel situation. But again, Chandler thing, like, I guess I can just give a consensus thing. Like, I'm making jokes. I'm going to make jokes. You guys like them. I don't care what anyone else really thinks. Most people that saw the thing found it funny. So I'm glad. This is probably great exposure. I'm not going to change. I'm never going to direct hatred. Like, I've made jokes. I will go along with memes in the chat. I'm never going to target someone and say, go and bully this person and do this. And I've never done that. I don't think I've ever done that. It's 6 long years, guys. Maybe there's one. Fuck. Either way, I don't think I've ever been like, go bully. Like, go after them and do this and find their kid's profile. And I've never, like, we're not going down that road. We don't need to go down that road. I just make jokes. I do impressions. Someone in a chat asks me to do an impression of Michael Chandler and his kids. I'll make an impression of it. Sorry that offends you, Chandler. Well-known friend of many edgy comedians that will probably sit there on the JRE podcast and nod along while Joe Rogan says, people forget, man. Comedy is the last bastion of free speech. Anything goes, man. People forget, man. And Joey Diaz, God, what a guy. Breaks the mold. Really oversteps the line, man. People forget, man. Andrew Dice Clay. Like, I'm sure he would nod along and say, yeah, free speech. Anyone can say anything. But I can't be considered a fucking member of the human race, nearly. But John Jones is cool. Is what it is. Stop acting morally superior. I'm probably done referencing fighters that mention me after this, to be honest. But it just gets millions of views. So I kind of like, I'm dumb not to at that point. So it's hard. It's like, I don't want to acknowledge this, but then I know I'll get fucking views for it. I'll get so many views from this. This is great content. And right now, the fucking main event this weekend is Hernandez Pereira and not much else. So that's kind of annoying. So I got to do this. This is how you stay in the game. Stop acting morally great. You're not. You don't care who I am or what I do. You just care who I am and what I do to you. I think Chandler's weird. I think he's creepy. There's a lot about his life I can go into that's really, really creepy. I'm not going to. I'm kind of done doing all of that type of stuff, to be honest with you. But hey, I'll make a video responding if they go at me and it gets 1.1 million views and everyone's... Because I feel like right now, yeah. You know when Nina said everyone at the UFC knows who you are? Since then, does it not feel like everyone's been kind of trying to drag shit up about me? In the MMA sphere. Absolutely reprehensible guy this is. I know I'm like annoying and a cunt. Can it just be that? Let's just end the video with that. You don't care who I am or what I do. You care who I am and what I do to you because you clearly don't care who anyone is and what they do. Or you wouldn't be taking a picture with John Jones. You'd be fucking smacking him in the back of the head. Or at very least not taking a picture with him. I get that it's John Jones. But can I just be an annoying cunt? Can we stop acting like I'm the fucking second coming of Adolf? Yeah, I mean, like I practically, every time these guys send a tweet, I can feel the sides of my mustache melting away. Like it's, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm evil. I ain't evil. I'm a cunt. You know? Anyway, let's just leave it there. Yeah, don't bully anyone in it on Twitter. You know that fat woman. Because I'm not going to say her name. You can just guess who I'm talking about if you're so bigoted and think the same as me. She's been on every day like, they're messaging me about this. So don't do any of that. Don't do anything. Never told you to in the first place. Don't know why you'd be that much of a cunt. I don't even think it's you guys doing it. I think some horrible people on the internet just see some dumbass idiot offering themselves up as a professional victim online and drawing attention to it, even though they claim to not want it to happen, and they just don't know how to ignore shit. But I can't make jokes about people. But all of MMA Twitter can call me fat for 6 years and call me this for 6 years and that for 6 years. Even though I'm not even that fat, man. I'm kind of built now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting kind of yoked. But it's all good. Keep fat shaming me. It's funny. And I would never tell you not to because I like making jokes about people as well. Because it's fucking funny. I'm not evil. I'm a cunt. See you later. Goodbye.